Good morning, Zach. Morning, Cindy. Morning, everybody that is tuning in this morning from wherever you are. So, we're going to do a little practice this morning that talks about the side body. So, in yoga, we talk about this part of us that's from underneath our armpit right down to where our hip is or where our legs are. And we're going to try to get this part of the body to be longer. And we're also going to move this part of the body to the side. And as we do that, we're going to move our spine. Remember, our spine goes from the very top of our head where a crown would be, right down to where is if we had a tail in our body. So we're going to move our spine from side to side and find lots of space in the sides of us. So if you take your two hands and you just put them right here on yourself. Hi, Kyle. Morning. If you take your two hands and put them right on the side of you, you will feel your ribs. You can feel how you have a whole bunch of little ribs in here, and that is to protect your heart and your lungs, kind of like a cage. And we want our ribs to go from side to side, as well as inside the ribs, we want our lungs to go from side to side, so we can kind of stretch our lungs in the same way that we would stretch and move our muscles. All right, so we're going to begin on our yoga mats in child's pose. So if you remember that one, I'll meet you there. You take your knees as far apart as your hips feel comfortable to do. And then a couple different options for your arms. You can either reach them forward and then let your head fall maybe onto a pillow if you're near a couch and you want to grab a couch cushion. But if that's too much for your arms or for your shoulders, you can bend at your elbows and then rest your head on the back of your wrists. But do find a way to ground your forehead. By that I mean find a way to touch the space between your eyebrows, between your eyes, on the mat or on your arms, so that we can feel connected. And just a few quiet breaths here. When you're down here inside this little tiny ball of you, see if you can notice your breath. You maybe even feel it on your hands if your arms are bent like mine. And maybe if there's someone else in the room with you, you even hear the breath of another person. Just a little reminder that our breath is important, as well as caring about others, the breath of others. Okay, take another big breath in through your nose or your mouth. And then all the air out, maybe through your mouth. Now, if your arms are bent like mine, I want you to reach them forward. And then walk your hands to one side. So if you're on a yoga mat like me, your hands are going to go right off the mat onto the floor. Now see if you can keep your bum from moving. So rather than have your whole body go this way, see if you can keep your legs and bum exactly where they were and just move your hands, your arms. So your head will be hanging here. I like to rest my head on my arm, like a little hammock for my head. We're stretching the left side body here. We're stretching the part of us from our hip all the way up to our armpits, our ribs, our left lung if you're on this right side like me, and even your heart a little bit. Okay, walk your hands back through the middle where you started and then go the other way. So I'm on the left side. You might be on a different side. That's okay. You can either let your head hang heavy in space here, or you can rest it on your arm. The whole side of your body that's being stretched, it almost feels heavy, like you're trying to push your bum down towards the floor. Good work. Come back to the center. And then we're going to come up onto all fours. So come up onto your knees. If you need anything comfy underneath your knees, you can do that. One little trick or little hack is you can double up your mat and take it like this, so it's twice as thick. But if you're okay under with your knees on the floor, then that's cool too. Okay, take your hands really wide, like you're going to high five somebody with a hand really wide. So you can see the color of your yoga mat between each and every one of your fingers. Okay, reach one hand forward. I think we've done this one before, bird dog pose. And then the other foot back. So if your balance is a little off this morning, you can touch your toes back to the floor. Or if you want to challenge your balance this morning, Zach, you can lift your back leg. Woo-wee. Look straight down. Your neck is nice and long. And you're breathing in through your nose. And let's see if we can breathe out through the nose too. Just one more like that. A big breath in. And all the air out. Okay, set your hand down, set your knee down. And then let's move our spine like a slinky through cat and cow. So next time you breathe in through your nose, look up. And next time you breathe out through your nose, look down. Now your spine looks like a dome or a rainbow. Big breath in, look up. Big breath out, look down and back. One more. Breath in. Breath out. Okay, come back to a neutral spine. That means your spine is nice and level and straight. Other hand reaches forward. Other foot maybe goes back to tippy toes. Or you lift your leg up like it's full of helium and you're trying to lift it higher and higher and higher. Reach further and further and further. Big breath in. And all the air out. So once we start the practice of yoga, we try to breathe in and out through the nose. But sometimes if you need to open up your mouth and let the air come out your mouth, that's fine too. Stay for one more here. Breath in. Breath out. Hand down, knee down. And then just let your hips go side to side. Like if you had a tail, like a foxtail. What's another big kind of a bushy tail? A raccoon's tail. You just kind of swish it around back behind you. A cat tail? Oh, a cow tail? Yeah, they kind of, or what about a hippo? Yeah, they kind of spin like a helicopter. All right, we're going to come up to stand on our feet. So let's meet up there. Okay. Take your feet hip distance apart, and I'll tell you a little way to measure how far apart that is. Take both of your hands, your fists, and put them together. And now keep your fists together. Don't let go of your fists. And put them right between your feet. This is like a little measuring stick. If your feet are too wide, you have to bring them in so that they're the same distance apart as your two fists are together. Okay, keep your feet there. Let go of your hands. Take one of your shoulders like you're trying to touch your ear, and then melt it down your back. The other shoulder lifted up by your ear, and melt that down your back. Both shoulders come up by your ears like you're trying to touch your earlobes, and then melt your shoulder blades down your back. Good. Take your hands, open your palms, and face them a little bit forward. Lift your chin just a little tiny bit. And then lift your eyes, look straight forward. Strong and mighty like a mountain here, like in Alberta. Strong feet without gripping. Strong legs without being rigid. Strong tummy without tensing. Strong shoulders but relaxing at the same time. Are you awake yet? He's coming. Okay. All right. Take a big breath in. Fill your lungs, both left lung and right lung, all the way up to the top. And then all the air out your mouth. Good. Take your arms up and over top of your head. Weave your fingers together and then let go of your pointer fingers. So it's kind of like you have an arrow with your two pointer fingers. Now we're going to take our feet a little bit wider than hip distance apart. So step one foot out and then the other foot out. Okay, we're going to do something called pranayama, and that means breath work. We're going to do some breathing here to get our lungs moving and also at the same time move through the side body. So I want you to wriggle yourself a little taller, like you're trying to touch the ceiling with your fingertips. Okay, stay really strong in your feet, stay really strong in your legs. And then you're going to softly bend your knees and come straight forward like you're trying to karate chop the air. And then come all the way up. And then go all the way back down. Let's do a couple more so that we get the rhythm of this. So legs are straight, knees are a little bit bent and soft. We're keeping our hands interlaced and we're going up and down, up and down. Okay, here's where it's going to change. When we're up high like this, we're going to breathe in. But when we go down low like this, we're going to say, like that. Okay, you're going to make all the air come out of your mouth, and it's going to make a ha sound. So if you're with your mom or if you're with somebody at home, see if you can make the loudest ha sound. And the reason why we're doing this is because we're trying to get all the stale air out of our lungs from sleeping. Because our lungs stay really still in the nighttime, and we want to give them a little bit of a workout. Ready? Here we go. Big breath in. All the air out. In. Out. Let's do one more. All the way up. And then jump your feet together, hands down by your side like a soldier. Good job. Turn to face the front edge of your mat. Hello. And then take a step back with one of your feet. Bend your front knee. So we did this pose a couple of weeks ago, and if you remember, this one's called Warrior One. And so when our front leg is bent and our back leg is straight, then we're ready to take our arms over top of our head. So you reach all the way up. But as you breathe out, see if you can settle through your joints. That means your shoulders, your hips, your knees. But you keep reaching through your spine like the crown of the head is lifting up. Fingertips are really active. And your heart is shining forward. Good. Take your hands together like we did in that karate chop pose that we just did. And then bend to one side. Bend to one side. Bend to the side actually that is, your front knee is bending. So Kyle, you're going to bend to the left. And I'm going to bend to the right. Good. Come back up to your center. Bend the other way, away from your bent knee. Stay strong in your legs. We're almost there. Come back up to the center. And then guide your hands all the way down to the center of your chest. Challenge your balance. Step your back foot forward. Feet together. Good. Big breath in, palms open, reach up towards the morning sky, look up. Exhale, hands come all the way down towards your chest where your heart lives in your body. Do another one like that. Breathe in, reach up. Breathe out, hands come all the way down the center line of you. Great job. Step back with your other foot, the one that didn't go back before. Front knee bends, back leg is straight and strong like a pillar. The inhale floats your arms up, breathe in. Exhale breath settles everything down. Now you can take your hands together like we've been doing to make those arrows, that arrow with your pointer fingers. But one thing that I like to do is to weave my fingers together like this and then press my inner hands up. So I'll do that again. So weave your fingers together and then flip your hands. Woo-wee, that gets into your shoulders pretty good. Keep sinking into your front knee. Keep feeling your back leg be straight and strong. Now look and see which one of my knees is bending and bend your whole body towards that leg. Keep breathing. Sometimes when we work in our side bodies, we can hold our breath because we actually don't move very far. Our bodies, our spines don't move very far in this side flexion. So keep on breathing. Okay, come back to center and then go the other way, away from your bent knee. Good, and then come back to the center. Hands come all the way down to the middle of you. And just for a moment, see if you can stand on one foot, this front foot, as this foot comes forward. Nice. Good job. All right, let's go back onto all fours. So we're going to come down to our hands and our knees. This is one of my favorite yoga poses. It's called gate pose. So we're going to take one foot, it doesn't matter which foot, and you're going to kick it out to the side, kind of like a kickstand. So see how Kyle's foot is off the mat and he's on his toes? And then take that arm of that same foot that's kicked off the mat and bring it forward. Now this is where it gets a bit tricky. See if you can follow this. Take your other leg and make your foot go flat. And then this arm, this one that's alongside your body, you're going to reach it up and over top of your head. Now you have this nice long line to stretch right from the outer edge of your foot that's flat all the way up to your fingertips that are reaching. Okay, here comes my favorite part. Are you ready? You're going to push your bottom hand, the one that's on the floor, away from the mat so much that you come up like windmill arms and come all the way over. Now my left side body is getting this big stretch. Remember, don't go too far. Just stay so that you can breathe in and breathe out. Let's do that one more time. Big breath in and big breath out. Good. Let's go back to all fours. So both hands, right hand, left hand, come down. And then give your tail a little shake. Maybe you have a lemur tail. They have interesting tails, don't they? I think Hannah got to work on a lemur recently. Okay, I'm going to turn around, but you can stay just as you are. Take your other foot, the one that didn't kickstand out before, onto the floor. And then walk this hand, one handprint forward. Keep that. This leg goes flat, this foot goes flat. As soon as we get into the pose, I'll tell you a story about Kyle, okay? And then this arm goes floating up towards the sky. So the other day, Kyle went over to our neighbor's house that lived beside us because he had got a new punching bag. I think you might have a punching bag in the basement, right? Zach has one, right? Yeah. Anyways, he went over to Spencer's house to do boxing, punching bag. And he thinks he broke his wrist. Okay, reach this arm over top of your head. And so that was 2 days ago, Zach, that Kyle hurt his wrist. That's why when you see him on his mat, he keeps doing this with his hand. So we might have to go to the urgent care today to check that out. But you're not complaining? Okay. All right. Let's go all the way up. So this is where our arms are going to look like a windmill. All the way up and over. I know. The side body stretches feel so good. Right? Are you still breathing, Kyle? Let's hear you breathe. Breath in. And out. Good. Okay. Hands down, knee down. Let's take a child's pose. Okay. So knees are going to be wide. Hips are going to be nice and soft. And it's like you're snuggling under a blankie. Arms can be straight. Arms can be bent. We actually haven't had coffee this morning.
Did you have coffee, Zach?
Zach, do you drink coffee? Actually, Cindy doesn't drink coffee either. Okay, let's come to sit on our bums. And here's a little tip. If it's tricky for you to sit on your bum, and for some people it is, I want you to find something like a blanket, or Kyle has a yoga block, but a lot of people don't have that at home. Even just something that's this high, when you sit on it, it makes the backs of your legs not have to work so hard. Okay? So if you need to go find, Kyle's got 2 blocks there. If you need to go find something to sit on, really what we're doing is just trying to find this nice downward slope of your legs. So that's a little trick if you want to try that. Okay, take your legs wide so that you have a letter V with your legs. And actually, Kyle, you're going to keep a block handy for this. Make a fist with one hand. And then put your elbow on your leg. And now, like you're waiting for something to happen and you're kind of bored, put your head on your fist. Got that? All right, this other hand that's free, reach it up towards the sky. And then hinge at your elbow, bloop, and drop your hand over top of your head. Keep trying to turn your eyes towards the ceiling. This is a big pose. There's lots going on here, so your legs are working really hard. And your side body is stretching in a way that is pretty intense. Stay for 2 more breaths. Good. Let's come up and out. Release your arms. So Kyle had a block on his leg, right? You could even put the block right here on the inside of your leg. Okay, make a fist with your other hand. Elbow goes onto your knee. Or you know what? You could even do something like this. Is that what you're doing? Yeah, something like that. Okay? But if you have the ability to take your knee or your elbow to your knee, that's fine. Lay your head on your fist. Reach up. First, find space in your spine, your side body, your organs, your heart and lungs. And then bend your elbow. And then let your hand just be heavy and free over top of your head. And the reason why we keep looking up is so that we keep subtly turning towards the side that's stretching open. Where the gaze goes, the body follows. Where your eyes are looking, your body will follow it. And if you can touch somebody's toes beside you, then you can say good morning with your toe. All right, let's come out of that. Reach all the way up. I know, the side body's pretty intense. But here's the thing. I was saying in a class yesterday that whenever I teach side body openers, like we're doing today, after the class is over, after the effort is complete, the work is done, you feel great. You just kind of feel like you grew maybe an inch taller. Okay, this is a tricky pose, Zach. This is going to be like your challenge pose for today, okay? Take one foot and press it to the inside of your opposite leg. So on the side of your body where your knee is bent, take that hand behind you. So now your chest is open, your heart is lifting. Take this hand and reach it up. Zach, I think you're going to like this pose. It's called Rock Star. Lift your bum, lift your hips, press into your backhand, go up, lean back. Like you're on the stage. Okay, fall down with your hips. Good. Did you feel like a rock star in that one? Bring both of your feet together like you have a little bit of glue and your toes are stuck together. Weave your hands together like a basket. And put the basket over top of your toes. Gently, be careful here. This is a nice pose for the hips, but we don't want to jar them too much. Gently pull onto your feet with your hands to encourage your heart to come forward and your head to drop down. Sometimes just dropping our heads like this, we can feel how much tension we're holding. So let's stay just a little longer. Let that go. Next time you breathe in, come up. And when you breathe out, just pause here. Take your other leg straight. This foot is going to set on the inside of your leg. We have to do the rock star on the other side. Ready? Hand goes back on the side of you that has the bent knee. Hand goes back. And then like a rock star, you reach all the way up. Reach up so much you might even lift your hips, your bum. Fall back, reach back. Maybe your favorite Pitch Perfect song is playing right now. Woo! And then lower down carefully. Good. Put both your feet on the floor with your knees bent. Wrap your arms around your shins. Drop your head towards your knees so your back rounds, kind of like you have a turtle shell for a spine. Okay, release your hands from your knees, cross your legs, your favorite shin is in front. Reach your arms all the way up. Bring your hands all the way down, touching all the way to the center of your chest. Weave your fingers together. We did this one before, a couple times before. Now press your hands towards me. Round your spine, tuck your chin. Keep your hands like this, reach your arms up high. And as you breathe out, let your arms go like you have the wings of a bird. Let's do that again, okay? Hands together to your chest. Weave them together. Press your hands away. Round your spine. Tuck your chin. Look down to your tummy. Reach up. Let go. Last one. Hands to heart. Weave them together. Press your hands towards me. Big breath in. Charge your arms. Reach up. And then empty your lungs. Let go. Last time, take your hands together to the center of your chest. Your thumbs press right into where your heart lives in your body. Zach, thank you for practicing yoga with Kyle and I this morning. I hope you have a great day, whatever you get up to in Oakville, and we'll talk to you soon. Namaste. Bye, Zach. Turn the camera off with your eyes. 3, 2, 1.